All right. Good evening and welcome to the Freedom Squad's Getting Started Right series of calls. Tonight we are going to talk about what we do as coaches and how to get our businesses off the ground and started right. So this is what we'll be doing on Tuesday nights before the team calls. So as you enroll new coaches, you're probably going to want to get them on these calls. And eventually we'll start delegating them out to other leaders. But can you guys see my screen? Give me a little thumbs up. Head bob. Okay. But all of it, all of the above. Okay. So first off, you can either drop it in the chat or unmute yourself. But tell me, why getting this business started is important to you. And the reason I'm having you do this, we've been digging into our why a lot, especially if you're in any of my mentorships. The reason I do this is because this is a message you're going to be focusing on. It's going to be something you're going to start sharing. And I can tell you after 6 years in this business, well, first of all, my why has changed over those many years. I originally just started because I needed to lose a little weight, and getting to the gym was impossible with my husband's occupation and as a new mom. And then as life went on, my why has changed numerous times. And now, my why is to bring my husband home from his corporate America job, which is a huge, huge why. We're so blessed that we're both still employed and all those things, but he does work rigorous hours, out of town quite a bit, and I would love to bring him home. So that's my why. And why I tell you that is because start with wherever you're at right now. Maybe it is to just tone up, feel better about yourself, have more energy. Maybe it is a health situation, because I've had that come up as well in my journey, right? And that be a major focus of what I do day in and day out. And it's inevitable that your why will change over the years, especially as you dig into the business. But for now, you've got to get really, really close to your why, because you're never going to want to lose sight of that in this business. So the first thing that we focus on as coaches are these 4 vital behaviors. They're called the vital behaviors because they're just that. Without these, your business does not have life. It's not growing. So the vitals are, you need to do personal development every day. And we do say 10 minutes, but you guys, I've found over the years, the more that I plunge myself into personal development, the better I get as a leader, the better I get as a coach, but the better I get as a human, you guys. I'm a better parent, I'm a better wife. And personal development is just that, it's personal. So you know your weaknesses. Oh, genetics. No. You need to go in the other room, honey. Okay, you can't be yelling at your screen. It's personal. So if you know your weaknesses better than I do, so when, recommending a book, I'm going to just recommend business building books. But if you know you're shy, we can work on getting you a personal development book that's going to work, with your personal things that you need to develop, right? So that's number 1. And the company lists these in a little bit of a different order, but I put them in order of what I believe is the foundation of our business. Once you get your mindset in the right place, you need to be proof our product works, which all of you on here do an amazing job of that. So I bleed blue. I do every single of our workout programs. I make sure I drink or at least try all of our products so that I can give feedback. And I just show up every day with that grit, right? Like there are days I don't want to get up and work out, believe me, but it's my job to work out and I am compensated extremely well to do so. So therefore, there is no reason why I shouldn't be the epitome of health, right? So the next is connect, invite, and follow up. So, the company says invite, which I get it. And that is a major portion of our job. But I want my team, and we're a little different in a lot of different ways. But I want my people to connect with people. I want us to actually have solid foundations of helping people. So we'll invite them to what we're doing, through the connection, and we'll follow up with them. And with that, we're going to get our people results. And those are the actions that align to build success, you guys, because Peyton and I were just talking about this via text message about our best challengers turn into the best coaches. Our top coaches are our best challengers, right? So that is how it has to work. We have to get people results. And so this is the secret sauce, you could say, is the Success Club System Tracker. We call it the Business Activity Tracker. Other coaches have done them and made them look beautiful. But you guys, I don't reinvent the wheel. And if it's not broken, don't fix it. I just continue to use what works. And I will tell you guys, I printed this little gem in 52-week increments. Let me see. I think it's right here. Maybe. Oh, no, downstairs. But I have it bound. And that thing is like my Bible. It goes everywhere with me. Yes, I still do everything in pen and paper, but it's because my daily tasks are right here. And I know when it's so much more than just checking off a box, right? Everything we do in our business. But gosh, I feel accomplished when all those boxes are checked. So yes, I do change a few things, like the time guides I use, but invite at least 5 people. You guys, I invite 25 to 50 people a day, right? Just depends on the flow of the day and who's watching my stories and what's going on, or how many people liked my post. I don't give myself a minimum unless I'm in a push situation or we're pushing for rank or something like that. But the gold of this business is right here, and just doing the daily actions that prove success. I mean, when I first started, we didn't have any form of tracker. People were just like, just go sign people up, right? Like, we had no training. And that wasn't just my upline. Like, the network did not have training. And after multiple, sorry guys. You can turn the light on, but you need to be quiet. After multiple surveys of coaches within the network of what they're doing to build success, because success leaves clues, this is what we came up with as a general rubric of what needs to be done on a daily basis to achieve our results that we want within our business, not just our fitness, okay? So we talked about personal development. So these are my ultimate favorites of all time, and some I still go back to. Obviously, this one in bold means you should probably read it. Get Over Your Damn Self is one of the best books I think I've ever read, just to get my mind in the right place. And then it also gives me such good tips of what to do in my business and how to follow up, and that it's okay to ask for referrals and how to do that. This podcast is Melanie Mitro. She was the top coach in the network for over 5 years. She's pretty much the face of Beachbody. When I started 6.5, almost 7 years ago, Lindsay Matway was the coach of the year, and every year until Ashley Molstead held it was Melanie Mitro, and she has defined the process of what we do as coaches. And the fact that it's a podcast is awesome because I love audibles. Built to Last by Keith Callahan. He is also one of the founding coaches of Beachbody. And he takes it a little different with a volume approach, which you guys will get to know me well. That volume is my love language. We talk volume because volume converts to dollars, and dollars just make sense, right? So check out Built to Last by Keith Callahan if you haven't already. The Compound Effect, The Slide Edge, Miracle Morning, Go for No, Stories That Stick, GoPro, and the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. That one's last because it's a little on down the line when you guys have to weather a few storms in your business, but I would suggest for reading material, checking these out. Okay, so first things first, we've opened up your back office, right? You signed as a coach, you have all the things back there, all the tools from challenge group guides to your website. I suggest you dig into that back office. Spend some time back there. Check out everything and every tab that's in there so that you know where things are, right? Dig deep because there's a lot back there and it has evolved over the years. But honestly, if there's anything you need, it's there. And I have to mention there that there are FAQs. If you ever have a question, I literally Google Beachbody FAQ. There's a little toolbar that comes up right from Google that's linked to the Beachbody website, and I type in compensation plan or how to host a challenge group, and an FAQ will come up and answer your question, whether it's, I don't know, when does qualification start? Whatever you want to know within our business are in those FAQs. And I have to tell you guys that my business, because I didn't have, until I was connected with Diesel Nation, I didn't have an upline that had systems or trainings or even a call like this. So Google, YouTube, and FAQ became my best friends. And I mean, I'm totally here to help. I know your uplines are here to help. But if you ever have a question, please first check Google, YouTube, or the facts. And then that way you learn it, right? And we can go from there. But okay, so you've gone through your back office and you're ready to like go. You want to start working your business. So you have to set up some parameters. How much time are you willing to dedicate to your business? Because I'll be honest with you, when I first started, I was like an hour or two a day, right? Well, if that's the case, which is totally fine, because I know a lot of you work full time and have school and all these other things going on, make sure you make set hours. When are those income producing hours going to be? What we call power hours. Is that going to happen at 5 in the morning? Is that going to happen at 5 at night? And make yourself stick to that schedule. Okay, so what would your work hours be? And then those work hours are going to be exactly what is going on this beautiful blue business activity tracker. Okay, so give yourself an hour minimum. I quickly learned that an hour was hard to get things done. So it was an hour in the morning, an hour on my lunch break, and an hour after I put my kids to bed. And when I started working my business for 3 solid hours a day, that was the first year we hit elite. So I can tell you, you're gonna get out of this business what you put in, okay? So make sure if this is something you want, or you're talking financial freedom, or maybe, you know, to retire another job or something like that, you have to be realistic. How much are you willing to put into this to get a return, okay? Because I think a lot of times people see, you know, maybe this as a fast money thing, and guys, it's not. It takes hard work, it takes dedication, it takes you showing up, and it takes you doing that for more than 3 months, right? Like it's an ongoing thing. So jumping in, it's super important to start making up the list of people you are going to start contacting. If you haven't already, who do you think would love this? And put a spin on that. Who could really use this? We all know those people, and you're like, oh man, they're my best friend from high school, but man, she could really use this. I know that a total solution would be right up her alley, right? And then I also want you to think, as you start thinking about building a team, who would you love to do this with? Because I worked this business for the first 2, probably 3 years, and just signed anybody. And it wasn't the best of experience. Now, as I'm building my team and I'm working with people, I'm like, who do I want to do this with? Who do I want to go on Success Club trip with? Who do I want to spend all these hours of the day with, right? Working with, hand in hand, linking arms with. So that's like, especially now that my warm market is completely burned up, right? Everybody I know, everyone I'm related to, everyone I've ever even spoke to has signed with me or done Beachbody in the past. And now I'm working my cold market strictly through social media. And so when I'm looking at these people, I'm really interviewing their profiles. I'm really looking like, who do I want? Who would be a good fit? And can I relate to this girl, right? Or guy for that matter. I have a lot of guys on my team. So let's talk about some of the people that first came to mind when I mentioned those things, like who would love this? Who could use this? Who do you want to do this with? Those are going to be your 10 easiest reach outs. And you're going to have some follow-ups with this as far as how we do this. So those 10 easiest people, have you talked to them yet? Or are you still kind of scared or holding back for some reason? Because these 4 words were what really helped get my business going when I kind of started having to think outside the box. Could you help me grow my business by trying this, right? It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask people to do this, maybe to help themselves. I had a post a few years ago that was great. Help me help you was how I titled it, right? So don't ever think like you can't ask people, like as much as it's going to help you, like you'll also be helping me. Would you mind taking a chance on this? Invest. This is one Peyton is amazing at. Will you invest in my business? And it's okay to say, will you partner with me on this journey and invest in this, in my business, and in return, get amazing results? Like, you guys, if you haven't used that, that is freaking amazing. Like, that's awesome sauce. Because I know when I had to have the talks with my parents about like, I'm quitting my well-established photography business and I'm going to start this online marketing. They were like, what are the boys gonna eat? Like, they did not think I was a very smart cookie in the moment. I will be honest with you. And I said, well, if you guys were worried about what the boys are gonna eat, you should probably sign up and invest in this so we can buy our next meal, right? And lo and behold, we signed them both up. So it's okay to ask people to come in and link arms with you. And that can be your parents, your aunts, your uncles. Like, go back and think, like, could they use this? Could they benefit from this? Like, don't just sign them up to sign them up, because I don't. And the crazy part about that, the flip side of the coin, is I don't believe there's a person on this planet that doesn't need this. Everybody and their brother needs what we have. So ask them to invest in your business. Another thing is ask for a favor. Like, you'd be doing me a great favor if you just try this out for 30 days and see if you like it and give me your feedback. If you hate it, send it back, we'll get your money back. Right? There is nothing degrading about asking that way. And hey, would you try this? More often than not, when you ask someone to try it, someone you have created a connection with, or like those 10 easiest people, they're going to try it just because you're excited about it. Your best friend from high school, your old college roommate. It's okay to say, like, I'm doing this, I love it, and I think you should try it. Most often than not, they'll try it and love it too. And the next thing you know, you have your next Star Diamond coach right there because you asked someone to try it. So don't get too wordy and freak out about how you're going to have to do these invites, right? Okay, so we have our 10 easiest invites that are going to go out tonight. You made a list of 10 people when we were just talking about this. There's no reason why you can't use these 4 words and send it to those 10 people. Okay, so get started. Your goal this week is going to be your very first win in this business. Okay, your first win needs to be, I would shoot high and say a challenge pack, right? In your first week. But if not, it's okay to sell someone just a BOD membership, or there's no reason why you'd ever sell a nutrition program because now our challenge packs include that. But let's say that you have someone who's so into CrossFit or so into their Peloton that maybe you know they need help with nutrition, and there's someone who's on that 10 easiest list. That's someone I might sell a nutrition program to. So this week, go get that first win and get 2 points on the board, okay? And this month, you need to help 3 people so you can earn your money back. That is the return on the investment that you made. 3 people makes you $150, and that pays back your investment. And in business, guys, if you can make back your initial business investment in the first month, that's unheard of. I can tell you my startup cost in my photography business was well over $25,000, and I didn't earn that back in the first month, okay? With coaching, you can. So you have to put in the work and you have to do it. And you have to send those invites and you have to continue to show up and use your business activity tracker. But if you can make your investment back in the first month, that's a pretty awesome compensation plan, if you ask me. So long term after that, next week, you need to go Emerald. You need to think about a controlled account. Who can you put in the top of your downline and top of your network that can benefit from everything you do from the next moment on, right? If you have a spouse, right there is the number one place that has to happen. So you have two incomes coming in. And our next call is actually an Emerald call. So you might just want to stay on the link and we will go over what Emerald means and why it's so freaking important, okay? And then I just want you to work on the inviting process. It's a step-by-step process, okay? If you need this business activity tracker, I can click and send you the link right now in the comments. I can message it to you, whatever you need, but I just took it to Staples, emailed it to her from my phone and printed 52 copies and had her bind it, and it was like 10 bucks. So that's where I would start. And then we'll dive a little more into the inviting process, step by step. But your first week is inviting those 10 people, your 10 easiest people. Okay. And then once you get some people that say yes, we'll start your first group, because I do, we do, you do. You have seen how your coach runs groups and your upline's running a group. And now you'll do it together for the we do. And then you can do it on your own for the you do. You'll be just like this. Your first group will be with your upline. If not, if you don't have one, jump in mine. It's not necessary to set up your own group just yet. You can even add your first 10 people to your upline's group. But if you want to open your own group and run a challenge group to hold yourself more accountable, by all means, go for it. Because when you want to fly on your own or with a friend, you can go for it, right? You can even have just 2 people in your group. But you're going to want to go set up a bod group now so you know what that looks like. And the moment you go Emerald, your leads have something to click into. So just know, like I said in the very first slide, to get very familiar with your back office, you need to go explore bod groups. It walks you through it. Get a group set up, okay? And when you're ready, we have all sorts of guides and schedules and graphics and content over the 6 years. We could probably get you a challenge group guide. And if you don't like any of those, there's a ton in the back office, okay? That are program specific, which are super cool. So once again, if you check out the back office, you will know right where those are. Okay, so your next steps. I know that was so jam-packed and a lot loaded, and you're like, okay, I need to make a list of 10 people. I need to invite 10 people. I need to make a group. I need all these things. No, essentially what you need to do is you need to work on you, right? Your journey is going to be the billboard of what people see and what people know to be true and what they're going to like, know, and trust as you grow in this business. So your number one priority is going to pick a program, stick to it, follow your nutrition, and work on your journey, okay? In the meantime of that, you're gonna work on your list. So we know you have your 10 easiest right now. In the next 48 hours, you should have a list of 50 people. At the end of the week, you should have a list of 100 people. And don't freak out when I say 100 people. They're not invites. It's just a chicken scratch list. Get out a piece of binder paper and start thinking who you could invite, right? Go through old yearbooks, go through your Facebook friends list, go through family members, go through people you went to high school with, go through old coworkers. Who would you invite to a baby shower or a wedding if that were happening next week, right? 100 people is going to happen so much faster than you think just by sitting down and putting names to paper. So by the end of 30 days, you should have 300 people on that list. That sets the pace for this business, okay? And then the very next thing you need to focus on is enrolling your first customer or coach, because we all know that when you enroll people as coaches, you make a higher commission. It's actually called a fast start bonus, and we'll be going over a lot of that in our next call. But you're gonna wanna do that to get your first win. So customer or coach, whatever you gotta do to get points on the board and get that first win. Okay, Are there any questions? I'll stop my share so I can see if there's anything in the chat because I can't ever see it. Yay, you're wise. Yep. If you treat your business like a hobby, it will get paid like a hobby. Yep. The moment you make the decision, it's like drawing a line in the sand. Yep. In order to work my business, guys, I get up at 4 in the morning to get my workout in. And my business hours start at 5:30 in the morning till 6:30 till I get my kids up. So you have to find what works for you. And yeah, coaching has never cost me. Not when you put in the work. It definitely has the best compensation plan on the planet. So if there's no questions, I will cut the record for now on this call.